welcome our very special guest, Mr. Krzysztof Bielecki, former Prime Minister of Poland and EU Integration Minister. Mr. Bielecki, welcome to TVP World. Thank you for joining us.
Very good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, sir. So, I know we only saw a few minutes of Ms. Sikorski's speech, but what was the flavour that you were getting from what you heard?
Well, the flavor actually was expected by the public already before the speech, because Minister Sikorski is well known as a great speaker and quite straightforward. So from the outset of his delivery, he explained to the public what are the basic myths related to the Polish situation and Polish position in Europe. And firstly, he unveiled all the not the most clever quotations of the former politicians regarding position of Poland within the EU. So the message in strategic terms is quite simple. Poland, from the beginning of the transformation from 1989, had the main objective, which was to get out of the buffer zone between the West, integrated West, and the Soviet Union. And it took us quite some time, from 1989 to 2004, or actually even 1999, when we joined NATO, when we really moved Poland out of that buffer zone and bring back Poland to the Western community, which is joined also under the umbrella of NATO, the most successful international organization since the end of the Second World War.
Absolutely.
So now, Mr. Bielecki, we did hear now Minister Radosław Sikorski saying that Poland was pushed to the margin, but not anymore. So how do you now see, what do you think it's going to change based on what we heard?
Well, I think the change already took place since the Tusk government has been appointed in December last year. And to some extent, Donald Tusk is a modern consultant to many European leaders, explaining how it is possible to reverse populistic government and the populistic trend in the country and bring back functioning parliamentary democracy. So, and this is a challenge and issue for many leaders these days in Western Europe as well. So since that moment, I think the position of Poland is recognized as much more significant for the European future. And today, Mr. Sikorski tries to build into this new position of Poland, explaining that we are not on the margins or on the periphery of the European Union, but we are in the center of the European Union. We recognize also so-called Weimar Triangle among Germany and France and Poland as a very important means of communication. So Sikorski is bringing back Poland to the center. It began with Donald Tusk and his expose in December last year. Now, more or less along that line, Radosław Sikorski is delivering some more arguments for that politics.
Understood. I mean, fascinating, and I really do want to hear your views on where Poland is in terms of the EU going forward. But let me take you back a little bit, Mr. Bielecki. As you said, the whole process of Poland joining the European Union started in 1989, and it took until 2004. It's quite a journey. And of course, you were instrumental in that journey, both as Prime Minister and as EU Integration Minister. And of course, you're instrumental with the journey to joining NATO. Now, if you were to go back to that time, the way you see Poland's role in the European Union today, is this what you were looking for to happen?
Even more, because I remember when I chaired the Economic Council to Donald Tusk between 2010 and 2014, we put forward, and Donald Tusk brought it to Brussels, some ideas which then were put on shelves for almost 10 years, and then the Europeans realized how important it was already 10 years ago. And let me give a simple example. When Russia annexed Crimea, I think it was a few weeks later, Donald Tusk went to key capitals of European Union with the message how we should respond to the new situation. And he proposed so-called energy union, where we could coordinate supplies of energy, because we have to be aware of the possible challenge from Russia, that Russia will weaponize energy supplies. It's not just business for them, but it's also about politics. So that's why it should be the European response to this new situation, and we should discuss energy union. At that time, nobody in Brussels was ready to discuss about energy union, and of course Germany were enjoying much cheaper energy supplies from Russia, so well, it was put on shelves for almost 10 years. Now the Europeans learned quite a tough lesson that energy is maybe sometimes even more important weapon than basic shells.